on Toews. Beautiful. Tape to Lehkonen. Leaves for MacKinnon with speed. MacKinnon penalty coming up on the Kings. Yes, score! Brindley, the 21-year-old in his second NHL game, gets shoved off the puck. Comes to the left point, and there's Sam Malinsky. Malinsky fires! It's in! MacKinnon wide. Makar fakes it, walks in. Makar, saved by Kemper. Score! Nathan MacKinnon. Artturi Lehkonen.
He's been excellent for the Avs, getting this second start in an opening game in his career.
Here comes Natchez, fire, score!
And a stick. So there were 4 men with sticks by the end of that penalty kill.
Here comes Martin Necas. Now McCarr to MacKinnon through the dot. Score!
Will go over well with Fred Berube. Steven Lorentz not on the lead pitch. William Nylander gets an extra chip. Scores! Tipped in front. Looks like Nick Waugh.
Lehkonen to Toews. He'll find Malinsky. Cross-ice, Necas. Shorts up. He scores! Fired on for Olofsson. Working on Harley, trying to get through. In front. Score! Gavin Brindley! Martin Necas slides at MacKinnon to his blade. Walks in front. Score! Artturi Lehkonen! Looks to dish off. Seam pass. Back it comes. Burns with a shot. Save. Rebound. MacKinnon shoots. Score! Break wide. Martin Necas is in. Tries to find MacKinnon. Got it back on the stick in the slot. Backhand jump. He scores! Nathan MacKinnon! Intercepted. Here comes Nichushkin down the slot. Big Val in front. Score! Cale Makar! Necas in. Drops it off for MacKinnon. A lot of ice out there now. MacKinnon shoots and scores! Nathan MacKinnon! What?
Dunn looks it over. Tobin and Reddies. Walks it. Vince Dunn one more time. Right in front. They score! That's hockey, baby! Jaden Schwartz.
Walking into the circle, MacKinnon. In front, deflected wide by a cutting in Lehkonen. Up top, Makar looking, shooting! Score! Cale Makar! Whereas Lincoln's lost his goal stick, has it back. Burns, redirected, score! Brock Nelson from between the circles. A lot of different guys on both teams got involved in that scoring. Sent it ahead, MacKinnon, he'll burst it down the slot, backhand shot, he scores! Nathan MacKinnon!
In the state during their senior season. Now, Brock said they grew up in a small town where everyone loves the game and they're hoping
to Manson! Here's MacKinnon. Dodging everybody, MacKinnon fires it off for Lehkonen. He got deep, MacKinnon shoots, score! Net empty for the Bees, but the Avs can't get it yet. They finally do. Necas fires it all the way, and scores! Marty Necas.
On a change, Myers a shot off the glass. They score! Jaden Schwartz, who was in the right place at the right time to pounce.
He will take the body. Game number 2 in his NHL career. Here's Makar dancing. Wrist shot. Score! They want Wedgwood to come. Necas has it. Here he comes now. Shot, score! Oh my God, what a shot!
They go to the corner, out of the pile, up to the point. Larson, fresh in a change, defers out to right. Off the pad, they score! Jaden Schwartz! The puck is free. The Jets lose control. Schwartz is away with a yawning cage. Bullseye!
Kelly. Cole feeds it across. Decided not to shoot short side. Malinsky will. Yes. Tried to find MacKinnon. Kane's tipped to the near side. Toews. Back down deep. Necas in front. Knocked wide by Lehkonen. Tough angle shot. Score! Martin Necas.
Swings over to Kadri. Back to Perek. Out of Frost. Frost saves Kadri. One-timer scores!
Continues to ride that train. Marty Necas. Now Cale Makar. MacKinnon in front. Shot. Score! Short side Artturi Lehkonen. What a feed from MacKinnon. 27 seconds left. Rally lost his twin. Now it's MacKinnon. Back to MacKinnon. Turnaround shot. Score! Artturi Lehkonen. But he couldn't put it on net. It rolled on him.
I bet he had a basketball in that top corner, just couldn't pick it.
Lehkonen turns and fires, and that was cut down in front. Another shot. Score! Nathan MacKinnon hammered that one in. Nelson awaits. Gave it off into the circle. Colton down deep. Colton in front. Shot. Score! Brock Nelson!
It's a man late. Hanley shoots and off the stick of Hoffman, who's back in the Rangers lineup. Huberdeau, drop pass. Kadri scores!
Nowhere to go. Finds Marty Necas. They'll trade. That centering pass. Bump back to Necas. Fires up top. Makar looks. Necas one-timer. He scores! Brindley trying to use his legs to get out. 2-on-1. Now it's fired ahead. Shot Barkov. He scores! Zakar Barkov. Makar. One-timer over the top of the net. Just under a minute to go in the 5-on-3. MacKinnon tries again. Score! Very well could be Riker. And again, Joe Sakic and his brilliant Hall of Fame career. Uh-oh, watch out. Here comes Kelly in. A deep move. He scores! 5 straight tallies. Back to the point it goes to Makar. Olofsson back to Makar. MacKinnon one-timer. He scores!
Flames clogging up the middle. It worked for Huberdeau to take that puck away from Sanderson. Now on to Kadri. Back to Huberdeau. Back to Kadri. Scores!
To worry about anything of that nature regarding Marty Necas any longer. Skips through to the near side. Here is Makar looking. Sends it across. Shot. Score! One-timer from Marty Necas. Out of the box is Landeskog, and the Avs are 2 for 2 on the kill this afternoon. Brought ahead. Fired up ice. Nelson's got a breakaway. He scores! Brock Nelson! MacKinnon now on the ice. Here's Necas. A dangle move on the far side. Straight up top as Burns walks in and shoots and scores! Necas in the near corner. Couldn't hang on, and it went off MacKinnon. Battle for the puck as Hurdle is there. Stolen away by Necas. He'll give it up in the slot, and it's sent all the way down the ice. It'll bounce into the empty net! Now it's Taves who's deep into the zone. Back to kill. Makar it goes. Finds Necas. Turnaround shot. Score! Marty Necas turns and fires.
MacKinnon has 24 points with 8 goals against these Sharks.
And he's into the zone. Got the centering pass. He'll dangle, and that puck is in! The net was knocked off. Oh, no way!
And the rebound scooped up by Hinostroza. Hinostroza races in. Has support on the slot. He scores!
Gretzky was coming in from the line. This could be numbers for Calgary. Farabee with Kadri. Farabee into Kadri. Shoots. Scores!
Able to hold the zone. Got it to Brodin. Moves in. Brodin centers. Hinostroza scores!
Rips it down deep and Lehkonen into the trapezoid. Nice reach there by the Oilers. Up to Taves. He'll find Makar. Walks in. Top of the circle with the wrister. He scores! Puck is down. Avs win it to Makar. Looks and shoots. Score! Cale Makar! His second of period number 1. In the near corner, up to the point. Malinsky walks, looks, and shoots. Deflected save. Rebound score! Gavin Brindley able to pop it home. Brindley with the centering pass and a backhand shot. Score! Parker Kelly.
Gretzky last year, and now is the only player to ever hit 900 goals.
Parker Kelly, a breakaway, shorthanded. He's in. A backhand shot. He scores! Parker Kelly. Try to pop one in Riker and get any kind of momentum. Knocked away, though. The Avs have a 2-on-1. It's MacKinnon with Necas. Nathan shoots and scores. Nathan MacKinnon. Intercepted by Colton before it got to the crease out of the box. Here's MacKinnon, and he'll work his way across the red line and in. MacKinnon with a wrister. He scores!
First in the league at home. That's a hard number to beat.
I get your point. Larson now. Tipped right home. It's Jaden Schwartz.
In a sea of blue jerseys, and now Cale's on the move. Gliding his way down the wing, Makar. Centering pass. Nichushkin gives it across. Score! Nathan MacKinnon. Sauced off Makar. Tried to give it across. Second effort. Here comes Olofsson. Tried to give it across again. MacKinnon turns and fires and scores! Nathan MacKinnon in front for Lehkonen, and that missed him. Manson slides it off for MacKinnon. Gavin Brindley showing a lot of energy tonight. Burns in front. Redirected score! Arturi Lehkonen scoots it to Makar. Top unit now set up. Back to MacKinnon it goes. Already with 2 tallies. They just shoot, save, rebound, score! Artturi Lehkonen! But Coach Bednar knows he has the speed. He can carry it into the zone. Brindley, shifty, Brindley. Wrist shot, saved by Lehkonen. Score! Gavin Brindley! His first career game-winning goal!
With a shot turned out by Lukáš Dostal. A centering pass by Makar. It's MacKinnon, now Lehkonen, he scores! Will circle, get away from that loose stick. A broken stick from Malinsky. Nichushkin, Dostal, can't get to that one. It's Gabriel Landeskog. That much time in the power play. Cale Makar again. MacKinnon calling for it. A tip, they score! The silent goal! Marty Necas. Cut off. He leaves it for MacKinnon. Nathan MacKinnon in front, put away by Parker Kelly.
No icing here. Off to Makar from Taves. Long stretch pass. Necas has a breakaway. Shoots and scores. Malinsky brings it up ice. Slams it for Necas. Top line is in. Back to Malinsky with a boxing rebound. Score! Artturi Lehkonen. Puck sent up to the red line. Ward pounds it off of Colton. Right back in Brindley. For Colton. Score! Brock Nelson on a broken puck. Able to shovel it out. Glove down by Bryson yet again. Burns will find Manson. Straight ahead for Brindley. Gavin Brindley with a wrist shot. He scores! Here's Lehkonen with him. MacKinnon is in. MacKinnon is wide. No hook call there. Pucks into the slot. Shot. Score! Marty Necas. His shot blocked and he broke his stick. Landeskog had a stick held. Tries to find an empty net. Misses. Necas for the Hattie to Landeskog.
Jamie Oleksiak now will start to break out for the Kraken through center ice. Off a stick. It went off Chandler Stevens. A nice play. Here he comes. Out in front. They score! Jaden Schwartz. Klingberg faking the one-timer. So does Celebrini. A shot pass is knocked down. Larson with Smith lurking. And now Lindgren for Schwartz. Bullseye!
40 seconds left in regulation. Taken away by Marty Necas. He'll slam it all the way down. Score!
Who's that, bud?
Benny Rycroft.
Oh, yeah, my mom would have been hard on the broom just whapping that on the ice.
No doubt. Kicked up for Burns. Shot. Score!
All the way back for Riker Evans. He'll defer out to Marchment. Montour. They trade places. Monty takes it in. A slot pass. They score! Hey, hey! What do you say? Jaden Schwartz.
Stuffed into the end glass a little while ago. Lines will look a little confusing. Turnaround shot. The bucket. Score! Nathan! Here comes MacKinnon. Back in. Drops it off. Necas trying to give it down on Makar. Wrap around. Score! Cale Makar. Well, I thought that could have been another penalty goal.
Right on the edge.
3-on-2. Sorry, Johnny Nelson with a shot. He scores! And 5 of the 6 have gone to overtime. Here's Marty Necas in. Long shot off the iron from Makar. Score! Zibanejad into the Avalanche zone. Trying to give it across. Avs make the steal. Fired by Makar, and he scores! Cale Makar. Back with Nelson and Colton on the second line. Into the corner he goes. Wrapped up the boards. Here's Burns with a quick shot. He scores! Brent Burns! Oh boy. Stamkos sitting on that puck. Avs have it. Fired up for MacKinnon. There's a goal. Nathan MacKinnon.
Yeah, back and forth. Nice little break, though, right off the glass like we've seen in Nashville. Goofy man.
Turnover. Nielsen holds and looks and shoots. Saved by Knight. Shot by Makar. He scores!
It doesn't matter who's in the lineup. You know what you're going to get with this team.
This one played to the slot. Weisblatt with a shot. Rebound score! Fedor Svechkov! You forget about that. Made that save easier.
Avs win the draw again. MacKinnon one-timer. Score! Nathan MacKinnon. I'm sorry, Mr. Lyles, but it didn't exist yet. Hope it was a good year for you. Quick shot. Score! Sam Malinsky. Burns is in with a slapper. Stopped by Askarov. Well, the Avs are so dangerous, I can't finish the story. Give it up top. Manson with a wrist shot. Score! MacKinnon trying to push it out. He does. Sends it back. Here comes McKinnon into the zone with Lehkonen. He's wide. Sends it down deep. Saved by the Nikovic. Score! Arturi Lehkonen. Burns. Wrist shot. Hit a body again. But I sure would like to. Oh! Quick shot. Score! Nathan MacKinnon. Oh, he just got nailed. Landeskog is down. He's trying to get back up. He does. McKinnon puts it in front of Landeskog. Shoots and scores! Game Landeskog!
Kadri. Down on the ice. Farabee finds it to Anderson. Holds now, shoots. Tip. Kadri scores!
Taken by McCarr. Out Taves. Ahead. Far side. Lehkonen. In the slot. Nelson shoots and scores! Taves was waiting patiently as Colton springs in. Down the slot. Ross Colton. Steering pass, and it's knocked away. A penalty coming up. That puck is in the back of the net. No way! The Avs have scored!
There's bodies crashing on the ice all over the place, and Matheson.
Burns scores off the draw. Brent Burns rips it past. On Broadway. Missed the net. Rebound pushed wide. Natchez is in. A drag move. Nelson shoots and scores. Works his way back toward the blue line. Sends it up and out from McCarr. Landeskog is in. Wrist shot. Save. Rebound. Score. Throws it into the crease, and the Avs will pick it up. They got a 2-on-1 coming. Marty Natchez with Devon Taves. Hustling into the zone. Natchez across. And Taves settles it down in front. Score.
Pistol Pete ever want to jump on the broadcast for a Nordiques evening?
Probably not. McKinnon sends it down. Score! Game Landeskog on the redirect.
Chase back there by Dewar. Wall with a pass. Played in front towards Domi. Takes it away from Jarry. Scores! Nick Waugh from Max Domi.
On Taves is in. Gives it off. Here's Nichushkin. Big foul. Peeling and turning. Malinsky shoots. Save. Rebound. Score! Nathan MacKinnon. The Rangers and the Flyers on Saturday and Sunday. Then we'll finish up Tuesday at Nashville. Here comes the captain, Landeskog. Nelson down the slot. Shoots and scores! Hansen finds the red line. Threw it into Myers. McKinnon trying to get to it. Landeskog does. The captain. McKinnon one-timer. He scores!
Good job by Burns in the right situation. Blackwood makes the first save. He clears the rebound.
Natchez trying to get around Mayfield. Natchez down deep. In front. Loose puck. Score! Oh, man. Avs buzzing, though. Fed through. McCarr will try again. No. Quick shot. Score! Arturi Lehkonen. That's an impossible angle.
I don't know how Shesterkin found that one-timer. What a save.
Here comes Marty Natchez. Trying to work his way around. Malinsky fires again. Score! It was deflected by Parker Kelly. And the Avs have a save by Shesterkin. Again, he tried to go top shelf, and there's Lehkonen getting knocked down. No penalty called there. Manson finds Burns. Back to Manson. Now turnaround shot. Saves Shesterkin. Score! Nathan Mack! Peels away from Borgen. Rangers standing around. McKinnon a drive move. Score! Nathan MacKinnon! He just emerged from the bench. Back to Marty Natchez it goes. Looks up top. Manson waiting patiently. Natchez to Burns. Wrist shot. Score! Brent Burns! That centering pass broken up. Here's McCarr. Wrist shot. Wide of the net. Rebound. Comes through the blue paint. And it's in.
He's been the better team for a large part of this one. It is a bit of a disjointed game, but they're looking to go back on the attack. Sharangovich out in front. Kadri scores!
And so the Preds can finally get their first change of the game just over a minute in. On the stick of Manson, carries it ahead. Finds Brock Nelson. A drag move down the slot. Nelson shoots and scores! Had it knocked away on the back check. Good play by Forsberg. McKinnon returns the favor. Quick shot there. Save by Zorn. Rebound. Score! There's Arturi Lehkonen. McKinnon to Natchez. He'll look in. Natchez can't pull the trigger on his shot. McCarr. A head fake on his shot. Score!
Now Grundstrom one-hands one to Dvorak.
Good forecheck there by the Flyers.
Dvorak circles. Dvorak in the high slot. One-time shot. Terrific feed by Dvorak, and Noah Jolson leads.
Lehkonen on this top line for Colorado.
And here is Nate McKinnon. Marty Natchez weaving through the slot. Fed it off. Here's the shot. Score!
he's back skating and ready to play pretty quickly.
Cale Makar with a wrister up high. Loose for Nelson. Score!
How quickly a player can come back from this.
Down the center of the ice. Here's Burns. A shot save. Rebound. Score! Gavin Brindley. On the entry. Pulls up on Seth Jones. Gerard pumps at the line. Gerard looking for a lane. McKinnon out high with a wrist. Doing ride-alongs with Landeskog. All alone, Arturi Lehkonen. Again. So the Avalanche have been shorthanded since then. Nelson for Manson, a shot. Swallowed up on the reload. Rebound, score! Gabe Landeskog.
Josh Manson slow to get up at the red line, but he is up, thank goodness. Here's McKinnon bursting in with a wrist shot. He scores! Nathan!
Huberdeau. Now Kadri scores!
Coming into the ring, the rink rights, and a big dude at 6'7" and 250.
Yeah, once again, NBA or NHL, but he's a monster.
Shot, score! Galloping to the near circle into the slot. Deflected just wide by Lehkonen. It was more of a slap at the puck than anything. Makar, McKinnon one-timer, score! Game rights, this is the honey spot. McKinnon one-timer, saved by Grubauer. Rebound, score! Brock Nelson! It was fanned on by Marty Necas. Nichushkin looking for an empty net, finds McKinnon. He'll skate through. McKinnon a backhand flip and he scores! Nathan McKinnon with an empty netter.
Kadri lets it go. Redirects. Huberdeau. Frost resets to Anderson. Kadri again. Scores!
Brent Burns is so good at that, guys. He's getting into the forehand real quick and sailing it. Here's Burns again. Looks in. Sends it down low. Score! Standing at the side of the net was former Avalanche Nemesnikov on the Avs on the counterattack. McKinnon walks in, finds Necas. Score! Marty Necas! For Marty Necas at some point, haven't heard word about him yet.
Oh, she was on the ice that first power play.
Oh, you're right, he was. What am I saying?
So we're all good.
My bad, you're exactly right. Shot! Score! Parker Kelly!
Back into the Leaf lineup. And away goes Nick Robertson with a strong, even Washington. Firing across. McMahon in front. Scores! A beauty rush goal for Nick Waugh.
Avs captain. Drops it off from Makar into the circle. Makar gave it up shot. Score! Marty Necas! Top shelf from Cale Makar. Avs won't see the Wild again until after the Olympic break. Nelson. McKinnon with a timer. He scores! Nathan McKinnon.
So congrats to Nate.
He's back on top of the scoring race in the National Hockey League as well. Avs still with time to work with. 35 seconds. Reshot, score! Cale Makar! Finds Malinsky. Walking and looking at redirect by Lehkonen missed. Nichushkin, the first one there. Gerard across, one-timer, score! Stolen by Taves. Finds Nichushkin. Had it poke check, lobbed up and out. McKinnon has an empty net. And he'll score. The Avs with a 5-1 lead.
It's a heck of a job down low by Fedor Svechkov. Svechkov.
Give and go, score! A short-handed goal. Fedor Svechkov. Quiet.
Here comes Malinsky. Into the zone. Finds Necas. Turns and fires. Deflected and score! It goes off, another Vegas Golden Knights. A really good pass by Brett Howden. The Avs, though, deny as McKinnon works it up the middle. Across for Necas with a wrister. Score! Skips it around Saad. Through center ice, Necas. Now it's Landeskog. Back to the point for Malinsky. A drive! Score! Approaching 2 minutes to go in this game. McKinnon into the circle. Slot shot! Score! Arturi Lehkonen! Up McKinnon. Necas takes the puck. This is a great shift. Marty Necas reverses direction, sends it in front. Oh my goodness! It's on the goal line. Score!
The Avs aren't doing themselves any favors without crisp passing.
Yeah, Riker, are we talking about human advance or hockey advance? Nelson with a shot. He scores! On the stick of Fiala, pushed it up the slot. Fed off now. Here comes McKinnon to the red line. He'll fire and score. Nathan. Avs eating to Nelson again. Feeds it, shot, save. Rebound shot, score! Cale Makar.
And then knocked wide. Close call for McMahon. Robertson again. In front. Scores! Well, it won't be a power play goal, but they won't argue about that. Nick Waugh.
Here's McKinnon on the near side. Feeds it up top to Toews. Across for Manson off the bench. Sends it in front. Score! Nathan McKinnon. So Fabry had blown a tire right at center ice.
The old blue line monster got him right as he crossed over.
Here comes Landeskog. Now it's to Natchez. McKinnon one-timer. He scores! The bumper. Lehkonen across. It's McKinnon to Lehkonen. Got through. Nelson shoots. Deflected just wide. Makar. Nelson one-timer. He scores! Staying with him. Chatfield stands him up. Avs come away with the puck. Here's the captain, Landeskog. Wrap around, try, score! Gabe Landeskog! Into the slot. Avs will pick it up. Scoop to Makar from Natchez. Here's McKinnon straight away. The wrist shot. He scores! It comes for Nelson. Kane's doing a good job on this kill. Now it's Natchez. Finds Makar. Now McKinnon. Bumps it across shot. Score! Brock Nelson, a power. All the way down. McKinnon. Penalty coming up. McKinnon. Angry. Landeskog buries it into the leg of Gostisbehere. Is it a penalty shot?
It's a goal.
It's going to be a good goal. Yeah, the net was empty. That's correct. Now to Chushkin. Down the wing. We'll find the end boards all the way around. Manson with a score! A long drive. It was redirected. No penalty called there as he had Paul all over him. Solovyov shoots, saved by Vasilevsky. Avs pick it up, tucked by Manson, score! Parker Kelly able to rip. Has Nelson with him. Out of the box is Bardakov. Nelson reshot. He scores! Brock Nelson! Right as the power play was expiring for Tampa.
Just missed him backdoor. He got ridden into the corner as he drove the back post.
Avs win the draw. Manson. Wrist shot. Score! Josh Manson! Makar let it go right on the ice. Another try. Shot. Score! Nathan McKinnon. Here comes Josh Manson in. Finds his target in McKinnon. Now it's Makar into the circle with a shot. He scores! Cale Makar rips it. He does. Makar.
That was a clear going down the ice. I believe it hit the referee, so see if the Avs can capitalize.
Score! Marty Natchez! Cale Makar with 50 points on the season. McKinnon's got a 3.9 long shot. Score! Off the stick, McKinnon. Here's it for Makar. Back it comes McKinnon. Walks into the circle. Break wide, one-timer. Score! Gerard, quick shot, and that hit a skate. Drury let it fly from one knee up top. Manson above. He scores! Josh Manson! Ross Colton found the target. Sent off for Solovyov. One-timer. Score! Brock Nelson! Bumped by Nichushkin. Here's Brindley down the wing through the circle. Brindley a power move. Able to stand up a shot from the tough angle. Burns with a shot. He scores! Frank Burns! Brindley is in. Bardakov will find Burns. One-timer. Save, rebound, score! Avs try to make one of their own now. Back to even strength Natchez. Down the boards. He broke an ankle. Sent a cross shot. Score! Cale Makar!
Essentially creating a three-car pileup in the crease.
Avs win the draw on Makar. Now it's McKinnon. Quick shot! Score! Have won 17 in a row here at Ball Arena. McKinnon. Walking, sends it in front. Score! Marty Natchez!
And doing a great job of getting this Nashville Predators team back in the playoff conversation.
We can tell you Bruno's going to be just fine, but he looks like he was in a 12-round boxing match.
Score! Brock Nelson! Second line for the Avs starting to heat things up. Right point Manson. Wrist shot. Score! It was deflected by Brock Nelson.
He was out at the top of his crease and such a tremendous player for their franchise.
Nashville wants to lock things down here in period number 3. And the slot to Natchez with a shot. He scores!
Parker Kelly out for Cale Makar. Makar. Spinning, shooting, scores! Parker Kelly with the redirection. Back on the ice, here he goes. McKinnon steps, shoots, scores! Sometimes all you need is Nathan McKinnon. We saw a penalty called on earlier back in the first period that led to a Chickford power play goal. Here's a steal from McKinnon and a chance for Lehkonen. He scores! Game of our doubleheader.
We'll see if Charlie Lindgren heads to the bench here soon if Capitals get possession.
Turnover and a goal! That's a 3-point game for Nathan McKinnon.
Will be a new season into that trade deadline. No question coming back after that break.
Here's Kulak, a shot, scores!
Unclear on any further instruction. Kadri with some room coming in. Feeds ball. Back to Kadri. Scores!
We'll keep an eye on Wedgwood.
It was about the 50th flip out by Anaheim in the third period here.
Nelson is in deep. Cross-ice back shot. Parker Kelly poked at it. Comes up top. A shot. High slot. Shoots. Save. Rebound. Score! Parker Kelly.
A little bit of fire here with the Avalanche, letting them come in the zone that easy.
Off the draw, the puck moved to Makar. He scored! After losing on Monday, the Kraken responded with a 4-1 win over the Islanders here on Wednesday, and now this, right in front, they score! Jaden Schwartz! That's how...
Watch hockey, play hockey, be honored.
It's almost like being in Canada.
I reckon, taken away by Nelson, he'll race in, Brock shoots, and scores! Brock Nelson is on a heater. Retrieved by Big Val. Here's Lehkonen behind the cage. Quick shot, score! Another goal for Brock Nelson. He wouldn't be discovered till 1962.
Yes.
Quick shot, score! Brock Nelson! There's the hat trick, the empty netter.
Oh, this hit, I'm telling you, we're going to show it to you. It was hard, it was late. I'm just glad Samolinski's still on the bench. Whoa, that was a big hit.
Turnover, shot, score! Parker Kelly! Head back for Manson. Nelson presented himself quite nicely. Brock Nelson is in a drive, moving a shot. He scores! Brock Nelson!
Back into Wild territory, gives it to Spurgeon. Middleton cross ice, connects with Hinostroza. He scores!
Kasper got pinned. McKinnon plucks it. McKinnon on the move for Burns. A shot! Score! So a kill for Colorado. Missed opportunity for Detroit. Now McKinnon goes stick handling through the high slot. McKinnon with a wrister. Score! And weaving through center, Nate McKinnon. Lehkonen works it around. Hopped away from Larkin. Bernard Docker couldn't evacuate. Score!
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what word?
That's how you're a TV guy. That's how you're a TV
makeup
guy.
because I have so much on right now. But
loose in front, and they score.
Intercepted by McMahon, and away goes Ekman Larson. Got Robertson with him. With Robertson over the line, trying to twist away from Joseph. In the slot, scores!
Hanley on to Farabee. Joel Farabee, nice play to Kadri, scores!
McKinnon across from Makar. To his blade, shoots, deflected, save, rebound, battle forwards in the crease, score! Crash the gate to a 98. Say it. One too many moves. The Avs have a 3-on-1 coming back. Now it's a 3-on-2. Centering pass comes to McKinnon. Sends it off. Lehkonen scores! Wanted to kick it up top. It'll roll to McKinnon anyway. Pops it for Nichushkin. Big foul. Looking for Manson. Found him. One-timer. Score! Chopped ahead by Taves. McKinnon trying to get to it. Couldn't. Brock Nelson will. Looks to an empty net. Sends it and scores! Brock Nelson! I think he got a piece at the last second.
What a play by Josh Manson, leaving his feet, and I think he just got enough on that puck to send it wide of the post.
Parker Kelly scores! Landeskog off for Nelson. That one just got away. He'll recover. Here's the captain. Spinning away from Marino. Centering pass shot. Score! Natchez finds his defenseman again. Back to Natchez. One-timer. And he scores! Marty Natchez from the top of the circle. Off the skate. They're out by McKinnon. Turns it up ice. Here's McKinnon. Natchez trailing. He's got it. Marty Natchez with a shot. He scores! Fed across. I mean, he's made 44 saves tonight. Quick shot still from Natchez. His second of the game.
Excited for that Jays season and the WBC.
Yes, indeed.
In the meantime, Flames come up with it, and Kadri scores! What a play to get that up the boards by Whitecloud. Kadri took a high stick as he came in, gets it back alone. Kadri scores!
2 to go in the power play, 15 to go in the period. Out of the box comes Moore. McKinnon sends it across, tipped in front, score! They get clipped Bedard right at the hashes. Rifled off for Taves. Malitsky again. Shoots, deflected, save, rebound, score! Gavin Brindley. Loose puck, battle for, bouncing to the near side. Bumped ahead, here's McKinnon. He'll find Cale McCarr. Cale shoots anyway and scores! Rink wide pass, intended on the near side for Panarin, did not connect. Natchez through the circle, centering pass, shot, score! Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon is in with a race shot, stopped by Forsberg, loose puck. Natchez whips it to the far side, it's Burns. To Landeskog, one-timer, he scores! Gabe Landeskog! Walks it straight away and looks. Back to Taves, and now he'll find McKinnon. McKinnon through the circle, in front, score! Devontae! Kempe's on the move, Natchez hassling him. That puck at center ice, pumped away. Marty Natchez for the empty netter, he'll shoot and score! Into the far side, found his target, McCarr with a centering pass, it gets through to Chushkin. McCarr walks, holds and shoots, and scores! Cale McCarr! Back to Marty Natchez. Have set up, McCarr to Nelson. Natchez one-timer, score! Down the boards, McCarr, following the play, gave it up! Kelly couldn't pull the trigger. That puck rolled on him, here's McCarr. Back to Parker Kelly, wrist shot, score!
That was Nathan McKinnon just sitting there trying to stuff that rebound off the back wall into the wide open net, just missed.
Here he comes again into the zone. McKinnon dishes off, one-timer, score! Gabe Landeskog! Victor Olofsson with a pull-up. Finds Kulak, tees it up, long shot, saved no stall, rebound, saved no stall, rebound. Avs have control, it's Drury. One shot, score! Parker Kelly!
We get off to better starts. We could be in first place in the Pacific Division. Shot from the point, steered aside, rebound, score!
Back to the far side, Nathan McKinnon. McCarr walks in and shoots and scores! Cale McCarr! And had to handcuff him in front through Nelson. Down to the final 4 seconds. To Natchez, far side one-timer, score! Nathan
Passing there to Natchez was all alone in front.
Landeskog right back in, finds McKinnon. Gave it up for Natchez with a wrist shot. He scores! Marty Natchez rips it top shelf.
Moves outside, picked up from behind. Now puts it out in front. A shot, score! Zach LaRue right over the board.
No Landeskog this afternoon, no Lehkonen. They got some people that are going to help out.
Oh, McKinnon scores! Pass across, blocked off in the slot by Hughes. Score! And 2!
Well, so far so good for the Panthers. Their breakouts. Detroit trying to get that forecheck going, and the Panthers have been pretty clean coming out of the own zone.
Vinny Hinostroza! His first game back with the Panthers.
Avalanche control the draw. First power play unit still on. Natchez down on McKinnon, stopped by Ingram. Comes back to Natchez, he scores!
Back to Kadri. Steers it off for McKinnon. In front, quick shot, score! Marty Natchez, goal number 30 on the season.
If I'm not mistaken.
Of course, because we've seen those all over the place.
Natchez sends it across, McKinnon deep. McKinnon in front, score! Takes it back to McCarr. Finds McKinnon, looks in, centering pass, off the stick, shot, score! Nicholas Waugh in the first half of the double minor.
You just have to take care of your own end first.
Everything springs from the defensive end. Here's McKinnon. One-timer, Malitsky deflected, score! Nazem Kadri! Tried to center it, comes to McCarr. Now McKinnon looking. cross, shot, score! Marty Necas
against Murphy. Shoves him up against the boards. Played out to the point. Barron, a quick play to Hay. To the middle, Svechkov. Score! Fedor Svechkov!
Panthers look to respond. Luke Kunin in front. Hinostroza scores!
Think a little bit extra when you have a guy like that coming at you.
The design hard around McCarr to Necas. Puts on the brakes and waits for reinforcements. It's McKinnon, shoots, scores! 20 years together. It's amazing as Gavin Brindley brings it across. Snow showers top of the circle. Burns a long shot.
McCarr walks the line. McKinnon. McCarr. Down low. Kadri. McCarr. They score!
Burns will find McKinnon. Avs looking for numbers. Chicago is in a change. Here comes Nichushkin, a dangle move. A cross shot. Score! Marty Necas off it. Works it back behind the net. McKinnon on a dime. Necas to McCarr. Fake the slapper. Steers it down deep. Score! The redirect by Nelson. He was due. Explain more momentarily as Necas. Out of McKinnon in front. Kadri shoots and scores. Nazem Kadri, a power play goal. What a pass across the top of the crease. That came down to Sordiev, who raced in on a breakaway. Stolen away in front. Score! Gabe Landeskog. Put up a couple of players stacked in front as Bartikov gloves it down. Bouncing puck. Avs make the steal. Score! Nicholas Waugh goes short side on Thompson. Here's Necas into the circle again. He's deep again. Got cut off by Faravari. Caps are tired. Necas sends it in front. Score! Brock Nelson. Great job by the Avs to deny right in front of the net. It's poked ahead and McKinnon looking for a breakaway. Here comes McKinnon in. Down the side. Shoots off the crossbar and in. That was nice in traffic. Back to Malinsky, holds and shoots again. Score! Sam Malinsky rifles it. It might have been deflected, but I think it's Malinsky's goal. Avs though win the draw. It's McCarr. Walks at top of the circles, gives it a cross shot. Score! Marty Necas rips home the one-timer. I don't care if you are one of the best players in the history of the game. To the near side, score! Parker Kelly rips it inside the far post, and the Avs have a 4-1 lead.
We're starting to look pretty rosy again here, Moj.
Taves, long shot, kicks a rebound, score! Marty Necas, his second of the game, immediately on the rebound. Slides it across, Taves is out of the box. Near side, Kadri in front, score! Nathan McKinnon. It went off his skate and laid on the goal line, he bangs it home. Up the boards for Lowry. Oh, that would have been huge. McKinnon turns it right back in. Lehkonen walks in for McKinnon, score! Nathan McKinnon settles things down. Finds Kadri. Awesome Kadri. In the slot. Score! Brock Nelson!
They're about as stingy as it comes. This one, strings bounce in front, and they score! Nashville catches.
Racing toward the end boards. Big Val comes up with it. To the point in Manson. Wrist shot, floated, score! Parker Kelly! Avs got to get to work here. Now the Flames got dumped down. That was Backlund. McCarr looking. Fakes now down low. In front, score! Nazem Kadri! Back to McCarr. There's the one-timer, and it's blocked. Taken by Necas. Now McKinnon to the circle. Centering pass shot, saved by Wolf. Rebound shot, score! He's stripped on his way in. Burns wide and finds Nichushkin. Long lead pass. Into the slot. Landeskog, safe, score! Up top, you'll find Taves. Taves. Now to Drew. McCarr, long wrist shot, score! Wrist shot wide of the nets. Taken by McCarr. Kale. McKinnon one-timer, score! Given off for Burns and a wrist shot. Saved by Cooling. Rebound onto the stick of Mata. It just got away from Cooling. Short-side shot. Saved. No score. Marty Necas. And Malinsky. Ahead. Drury finds Kelly. Walks it in. Gave it up. Malinsky. Score! Taves is there. Fired up now for McKinnon. Gallops into the zone. McKinnon down low. A nice flip. Saved by Cooling out once but twice. Score!
Lankinen rose up quickly to keep it out.
Here is McKinnon. Walking it. McKinnon still with control of the shot. Stop! Nathan! Here we recall Blankenburg at 8. Nashville Predator sweater. Such a good skater. Burns with the long shot. Scott! Game land is done on the redirect. And the Avs. They've got to get going right. They've got 3 shots on goal here in this period. Malinsky. There's a wrist shot. Score! Deflected down low. I'm not sure who got a piece of it. That will get to Johnny here momentarily as that puck is brought in by Parker Kelly. Wrist shot. Score! Parker Kelly! Here's Brock Nelson. Gave it up. Nichushkin with a shot. Saved by Lankinen. Nelson finally able to gather control. To Burns with a shot. Score! He's in on a run at McKinnon. Gives it up, one-timer, deflected save by Lankinen. Malinsky with a shot, score! Sam Malinsky!
Cutting to the net with O'Reilly, another corner shot, why not? Stopped this time by Kemper, floated back to the net. In front, LaRue makes the play in front and scores!
Settled down and played up the boards by Robertson, not past Malinsky. It's across to Devon Taves. Lehkonen faces the net, back door, score! Natchez! Hands up on the stick of Natchez. Fires at the length of the ice. That goes wide. The first to the puck, though, McKinnon. Into the empty net. He scores.
Kicked along at the line by Tolvanen. He gets it from Maddie. Takes it in. Tolvanen to the outside of Del Mastro. Schwartz scores. Jaden Schwartz.
It has to take a lot of experience as Burns fires once. Parker Kelly. The deflection of the Burns wrister. How could you possibly go to a family gathering and have a silver medal around your neck if you're Brock Nelson? You never live it down.
Oh, man.
Brent Burns, long wrist shot. Score! Traffic in front.
Gives it off for Natchez. Turnaround shot. Save Hofer. That puck was just laying toward the near circle. Avs pick it up. McKinnon. Check. Score! Marty Natchez top.
Chance to counter. Predators have a 3-on-2, make it a 4-on-2. Kemmel gets it back. Kemmel in front. LaRue score! He's had a good road trip, as has Tyson Jones. Here he comes behind the net. Teams back to 5 aside. Centering pass, score! Svechkov on the back door.
Yeah, that was Nazem Kadri with a couple of them. The Avs were 3 for 4 overall that night. Natchez on the near side. McKinnon in front. Score! At the point, it's Burns walks it. Now Marty Natchez again. Klapka's on it. Steered for McKinnon. Centering pass. Natchez. Shoots and scores! Avs forcing the turnover. Marty Natchez turns and looks. Wants to find McKinnon. Does. Score! Nathan McKinnon.
Nelson a little shimmy shake. Walks it down deeper. Taves out to the point. That shot. Score! Trickles through Carter Hart.
That puck is sent down the slot and is saved by Ingram. Kelly with a turnaround opportunity. Didn't get a lot on it. Picked up by Walk. Gives it up. Shot. Score! Every time we talk about curling, I think of Betty Rycroft. In front. Shot. Score! Arturi Lehkonen short side. What a pass by Cale Makar.
Vancouver LA tied at 3. Anaheim did lose tonight, but either way,
score! Brett Kulak lets it go from the point. Natchez is there. Sends it off for Makar. He'll find McKinnon. McKinnon will look in. He will shoot and score. And there it is. Marty Natchez, the second assist.
Mostarinen gets in there. That's who's centering Hinostroza and Skog, and they score! Vinny Hinostroza threw it out in front and it beats Gibson.
Nelson with the hands of a surgeon, just toe drag specialist. Just lost the handle barely on the backhand finish.
Nichushkin across. This is Makar to the dot in front. Score! Parker Kelly. But that time was over.
No, we're refreshing it. It's the playoffs mode.
McKinnon. Shoot, save, rebound, score! Arturi. Sent back in by Drury. LOC the first one, 2 in a drive move. Score! Logan Oak.
Playoff gamesmanship. The game within the game, Moj.
Taves at the point. Shoots it down deep. In front. Score! Game Landeskog ties the game. Kadri. Up high. Manson. Wrist shot. Score! Nick Waugh the rebound. And the Avs have won. Into the trapezoid. Waugh. Big body himself. Hams it up top. Landeskog corrals. Turnaround shot wide of the net. Score! Looking by himself behind the net. Up to the point, it's Taves. Across from McCarr. Straight away, McCarr. Long shot. Score! Gives it back. One-timer. Fanned on by Kempe. Here comes Lehkonen with LOC. Lehkonen is into Logan O'Connor. He scores!
Boy, I thought Forsberg was going to come because Avs forwards are absolutely gassed.
That is empty. Brock Nelson looks ahead, shoots and scores! The Avs 0 for 9 in this series, they're due. Landeskog to Kadri. Looks. Cross one-timer. Score! Nathan! McCarr walking and dancing. Into the circle. McCarr is deep. Shoots and scores! Cale Makar! What an absolutely beautiful, brilliant goal. Sent ahead. Kadri. Off the ice, pushed up, and Lehkonen score! Nick Waugh! This is Landeskog now. McKinnon peels up, found some open space. Across it goes for Taves. Wrist shot, score! Marcel Dion was great. Luc Robitaille. Here's Natchez with an empty net. Finds McKinnon, he'll score. Nathan McKinnon, an empty net goal, his second goal of the game.
Especially without Josh Manson. Two different defensemen, obviously.
He doesn't know he's not big, Panger.
Here's Natchez across from Malinsky. He scores! Trying to get something going here. This is thrown on net, but McKinnon got his own rebound. Score! McKinnon makes the play. Lehkonen gets the goal. Brock Faber set to return. Nichushkin settles it down, takes a look. Moves to Taves, wrist shot, score!
That's what the head coach was talking about with their bottom six, how different they are.
Here's McCarr, scores! Wrist shot block, Colton look out, switched ahead for Nazem Kadri on a break. Kadri scores! Zuccarello got a stick on the puck. Taves over, McCarr with it. Cale Makar, shot, scores! Cale Makar, the answer! Three Wild players park in front of the net. It's Hughes for Faber. Had to come to it. Hughes all the way across, broken up. McKinnon! Got it!
Passing play through center with speed. Here comes McKinnon. Racing down the right wing side. Drops to Natchez in the slot. Backhander. Score! McKinnon drops. Natchez carried against Minnesota in round number 1. Here is Makar to quarterback. Natchez with room, down to the goal line, in front, score! Barrett Spurgeon now number 1 all time in playoff games played in Minnesota Wild history with the injury to Brodin. That shot by Waugh, score! Backhand to forehand! Down to the goal line once again, Landeskog. See if he heads back to the bumper. There's the one-timer! McKinnon on the power play!
For Kadri. Now Landeskog. Here's Kadri once again. Landeskog stuff attempt, saved by Volstead, and the puck is in!
On the power play so far this series. Yeah, it's good. Just feel like everyone knows what they're doing. We're feeling confident, trying to get shots there and outman them, so it's a good shot by Brock.
Bogosian, the intercept by Drury. Well recovered by Middleton. Drury gloves it down. Kelly, score! Hoping for Hughes. Pick free by Natchez. Center circle, sets up McKinnon. Scores into the empty net. The puck loose. Landeskog tries to dig it free. Ends up behind the net. Boldy throws one out in front, hoping for a bank shot. Instead, it's sent towards the empty net by Nelson, and he scores.
You can hear one of the officials yelling, move it. George Wire right there letting them know, not going to blow the whistle. Here's Burns down at the right point. Out to the point for Burns. Across it comes to Natchez. 6 skaters on the ice for the Avs. Here's McKinnon shooting one. He scores! He scores! The Minnesota zone, it's Natchez. Natchez. Shot. Score! Bullock wins it. The Avalanche move on.
McKinnon right up the middle. His shot attempt stopped by McNabb. Good move to Shed McNabb. Right out in front. They score! Landeskog! They had 3 goals all in the third period. Their 4th third goal comeback of these playoffs. Here's some speed and a chance and a penalty and a goal! Longtime Washington Capital who came over at the trade deadline. What a move by Manson. And a beautiful pass to Necas. He centers one, and they score! Makar trying to force it to the net front. At the line, Kadri. For Necas. Desperation time! They score! Tipped in out in front. Gabriel Landeskog the goal, and there is life on the Colorado bench.